Yeah.
Yeah, they're good.
We're good to go?
Can you move up a bit, please?
Did that?
Yeah, you're good.
Alright. Hello, and welcome to Bergucci and Buffa in the morning on 790 AM and 104.3 HD2 The Ticket. Today we're going to be recapping the game last night versus the Suns and the Clippers. It was a wild one, Cole.
It was indeed a wild one. I mean, it was clear, just great basketball from both sides. Not the third quarter. The third quarter they went cold. Both teams, they couldn't hit a shot if their lives depended on it. But the fourth, D-Book to Paul George trading off jumpers to get the lead. It was just an excellent playoff game. It was what everyone wants when they're sitting down to watch a playoff game. Paul George, you can't be choking like that, man.
And before we get into Paul George, because I want to get into that, I want to get into Pat Bev for a second. My man, Patrick Beverley. How do refs keep letting him do this stuff? Every game he's headbutting people, he's hitting people, he's all over the place. Like, when are people going to stop? You broke the best player on the Suns' nose. His nose is butchered.
I don't think that play was as dirty as it seemed. I think it was just a basketball move where, he was just defending. It's just a common foul. I don't think it was, he wasn't intending for that. Pat Bev was exceptional. Nuts last night. He was he was the best defender on the court by far. He locked D-Book up. D-Book did not have a good game. He had 20 points still, but it wasn't on good shooting. He forced a turnover late that led to the Paul George free throws that were missed. He was the guy that was going to help the Clippers win, and if they do win the series, it will be through Pat Bev. He was exceptional last night.
All right, so now getting more into Paul George. After last night and him missing those two free throws late to pretty much lose them the game, all I can think is Paul George just not fit for winning in the playoffs? Because, even on the Pacers, they were making the playoffs. He had a great supporting cast, young Roy Hibbert, young Danny Granger, just good overall supporting cast, and he's never been able to come up, take his team to the finals. It's just, is Paul George just not fit for winning in the playoffs?
I don't think it's not that he's not fit. I just don't think he's meant for the moment. I think he's not fit for winning close games. I think he's a great number two. He's definitely not a number one. He showed that throughout his whole career.
I agree.
So he if they had Kawhi, they're winning the series. It's just, it sucks, but he needs to make those free throws. He needs to make it a 3-point game. He has to at least make one. He can't miss both. You can't be a superstar and miss two free throws down the line, and you're not a big man.
Unacceptable.
Back to pandemic P.
Back to pandemic P. And only time will tell when Kawhi comes back. All right, and then other news in the NBA. I'm sure everyone already saw this, but backup point guard for the Los Angeles Lakers, Alex Caruso, arrested in Texas for trying to travel with weed. I don't know what he is thinking. You live in a state where recreational weed is legal. Why are you bringing it to the most strict state? I don't understand that.
These guys just don't think, but he's going to be good. They'll all be good. It's Alex Caruso. There would be other guys that you would not want to see get charged with possession of marijuana. Alex Caruso is that guy that you want to see. It's just funny.
It's definitely way to blow a big opportunity.
Well, we have a caller on the line, Jeff. What's up, Jeff?
Thank you for having me, guys, on the show. Speaking on the Alex Caruso topic, do you think he's gonna get punished by the Lakers because of this?
That's that.
It's a great question.
Yeah, I think, honestly, I don't see Alex Caruso as that valuable of a player. I think you could replace him with a lot of guys that weren't able to make the league or anything. So I don't know why you would deal with all this. If I'm the GM of the Lakers, I'm cutting Alex Caruso. I don't want to deal with this. I don't see him as that good of a basketball player. I can see a lot of people do what Alex Caruso does. It's really not that hard to have Alex Caruso's job when you have LeBron on your team. He has no contribution to the team, in my opinion.
I disagree with that. I fully disagree, actually. I would say he's a very, not one of the top, he's a top 15 perimeter defender. Watch him play. He's not leaving a guy. He's sticking to the assignment. You could put him on anyone on the perimeter, and he'll play good defense. It's a weed charge. Weed's decriminalized. I don't think they're going to do anything. I think they're just going to let him go back. LeBron said that he likes him. They're not going to get rid of him. He's been a good supporting cast for LeBron, especially in the championship run. He was a big part. He'll be fine. He'll be back and playing.
Hopefully he will. Because if I blew my NBA career, I'd be pretty upset.
I mean, on smoking weed, I'd be upset too.
All right. So we just have a couple more minutes here. So we're just going to go over to NFL. In recent news, is there anything that you want to talk about with the NFL?
Well, I mean, the NFL season's actually 80 days underway, and I mean, Jack, I don't know. I mean, we've briefly talked about it, but like, who do you think has the best chance of winning league offensive rookie of the year? Because there's a bunch of rookies that in the first round and second round that were drafted that have really big offensive rookie of the year potential. Who do you think has that best chance to win?
I'm thinking it's going to be one of those quarterbacks that won in the first round. I don't think it'll be Justin Fields because I think it's going to take him a little bit of time to replace Andy Dalton. I think Andy Dalton's going to come out starting. My guess is going to be Trevor Lawrence. I think they're going to rely on him a lot, even though they do have a good running game. Maybe Zach Wilson if they're able to put all those pieces together, but it's definitely going to be one of those two. I don't think it's going to be a receiver or a running back.
I do have to agree with you. I do have to agree with you that it will be one of those two guys. I think it will be a tight race. I think both of those two guys will be the best quarterbacks in this draft class, and it will show this rookie season. I do think Zach Wilson will get it. I mean, he has great value on the betting odds too. So go take that ticket too. Zach Wilson should win Offensive Rookie of the Year.
All right. Well, I know someone who won't win Offensive Rookie of the Year, and that's Mac Jones, because Mac Jones sucks at football. And that's all the time we have for you today on Bergucci and Buff in the Morning. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you, guys.